What's up everyone, Ninth Jim here, back with another VGC 2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive video where we cover a VGC set, a single set, speed tiers, and damage calcs. Today we are talking about Urshifu. This Pokemon is pretty cool. It is the Fighting Dark. We covered the Water Fighting yesterday. Today we are covering the Fighting Dark version, the single strike style. This Pokemon is getting better usage stats in on Pokélytics, but I don't know which one is better. Still, don't know which one's better. Only time will tell. Well, however, really the only really difference is of course the typing, which is a big difference. You know, the other one we have 5 weaknesses and 7 resistances and no immunities. This one we trade a lot of those resistances and some of those weaknesses for a different set. We have Fighting Darkness, which gives us 1 immunity to Psychic, which is good. 3 resistances to Rock, Ghost, and Dark, which is pretty good. 2 weaknesses to Fighting and Flying, which is pretty bad, but you know, it's only 2 times. But then we have 1 4 times weakness, which is the biggest difference, to Fairy, which is, you know, prevalent in the meta. We have Togekiss running around amok. We have Mimikyu. We have a couple of other things. We have Hatterene coming back like a lot more now. You know, Dazzling Gleam is a potential move on a lot of random things. We have Primarina, you know, so we have a lot of Pokemon, even like Whimsicott, coming back into the meta a good bit more with Cinderace, and yeah, so there's a lot of Fairy on here to really make this guy scared. So Focus Sash is a pretty optimal item. Anyway, let's talk about this Pokemon a little bit more. So Unseen Fist is its ability, a very amazing new ability. It's unique to Urshifu. It gets through Protect. It hits things through Protect. It always has that Phantom Force type effect where it breaks right through it, which is absolutely absurd. And then it's Gmax. It also has a Gmax. Its Gmax attack also breaks through Max Guard. Unbelievably good. Now, let's talk about stats some. So HP 100, defense 100, special defense 60. Pretty solid bulk as far as physical defense goes. However, special defense, you are very, very weak. Where at 60, you could use Assault Vest. It's definitely an option. But yeah, as far as physical, we're fine. Special defense, we're a little scared. You definitely have, you know, things like Fairy, Dazzling Gleam that are just going to break through that special defense and actually just eat Urshifu. And so those are the things you want to be very, very careful of as this Pokemon. However, as far as our offensive stats go, we're very solid. 130 in attack, 97 in speed. Both are very, very solid. And yeah, that's what we lean into because this is a very offensive Pokemon. It breaks Protect. It's very, very aggro. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about it. So the moveset itself, ability Unseen Fist, we already talked about how insane that is. It's just amazing. Item Life Orb, we can change out the item. There's a lot of items that you can use. We went with Life Orb just for the most amount of damage. Honestly, off the top of my head, I can't think of any that any like Okos or anything you wouldn't be able to get with Life Orb, although I'm sure they exist. Life Orb is good. It really gives you that you know, versatility to G-Max it, which is really good, being able to break Max Guard. There's a lot of times where if your opponent uses Max Guard, they like, you know, they survive another turn for a very, very explosive Pokemon. So you're able to just break through that with Max Guard or it's Max Wicked Blow, which is very good. And then as far as other items go, there's a lot of them. Focus Sash is good because, like I said, you know, you're very weak to that 4 times effective Fairy. And Togekiss is one of the most used Pokemon, if not the most used Pokemon. And so yeah, Rosalie's good. Focus Sash is good. And then we also have Choice Scarf, which can be a good item here as well. We see it better in singles, but maybe it's still going to be a solid way of using the Pokemon in doubles. You know, we have Sucker Punch, we have U-Turn, a lot of really good coverage moves. We have Taunt. Like, this Pokemon can shut down a lot of stuff with Choice Scarf, so that could be a really good way of using it as well. And it's a very solid speed tier, so with Choice Scarf, like, it hits an amazing speed tier. Anyway, that's going to be it for our items. Let's go ahead and talk about some moves. So for the actual set itself, we have Wicked Blow, Close Combat, Iron Head, and Detect. Now, Wicked Blow is an amazing attack. It's its new unique move. It just hits a crit guaranteed every time with 80 base power, which is very good on top of Stab. It's just a really, really great dark move, and it's definitely our best signature move. Or it's just definitely our best dark fighting move. Dark physical move. It also breaks through Protect with Unseen Fist. It hits crit. It's amazing. It hits through Protect. It hits through every single you know, stat boost. It hits through things like Mudsdale, you know, Iron Defense, Corviknight. You're not hitting like an insane amount of damage, but it's still good. So yeah, like Wicked Blow is very, very good. And then we're also running Close Combat. Close Combat is cool because you know, It's the best fighting move, physical fighting move that Urshifu can use. It's just very great. Offers a lot of damage, max in maxes, which is good. Then we also have Iron Head here. It's mostly for max Steel Spike, but you know, if you don't intend to Dynamax this Pokemon much, then you can definitely swap around some movesets and moves, items. Like, definitely, you know, play around with this Pokemon a lot before you like finalize anything. But I think Iron Head is good. It makes it max Steel Spike. This Pokemon maxes really well. It gives you max guard. It gives you max close combat, which is good. Max knuckle, making your Pokemon very, very physically offensive. You have max guard then with detect, of course, and max Steel Spike is really good. It also has access to things like max Steel Strike, oh my god, can I talk? Max Quake, and also the elemental punches to set terrains and weather, which is very good. Rock Slide even set weather as well. So honestly, there's just a lot of things at this Pokemon's disposal. Its move pool is very, very diverse and very deep. Talking about other moves, other sets, other things that you can try, we have Sucker Punch, which is good. You know, definitely really positive in singles, a little less strong in doubles, but not for much, you know, like not much weaker in doubles. It's still very good in doubles, especially against things like Dragapult. You know, you have going around like Mimikyu, break before its sashes, or before its disguise. You break its disguise, and then the next turn you go for a Sucker Punch and just kill it. It's very good. We have things like U-Turn, which is really good with Choice Scarf. We also have Aerial Ace that turns to max Airstream. We already talked about that with the punches. Dig turns to max Quake, which is really good. Rock Slide is good, you know, either way, even if you use max Rockfall. We have Taunt, Poison Jab, which is good for coverage to destroy those fairy type Pokemon. So it has a whole lot of different, you know, a very deep, diverse, good move pool that really just lets it cover almost anything. Next, we have our EVs. Our EV spread is very basic, just 252 into attack, 252 into speed, the leftover 4 into HP. You can put that in defense or something, but, you know, keep it. It's probably going to Dynamax a lot, so it's fine to be in HP. And then we also have Jolly for plus speed and minus special attack, since we just want to be as fast as possible anyway. So Urshifu, yeah, it likes to be fast. Anyway, that's going to be it for this set. Let's go ahead and talk about some synergetic Pokemon real quick. So first off, we have Excadrill. Excadrill destroys those fairy-type Pokemon that are really scary for Urshifu. It also supplements its defense, which is really good if you max it. Urshifu can also supplement itself with, you know, being able to add to defense for that could be really good for an AV Excadrill. We also have, you know, max Knuckle, and it hits right before Mold Breaker Excadrill does, since, you know, 163 to 154. So Wicked Blow or max Knuckle can supplement that and make it really, really strong for, like, really good, you know, high horsepower, kill things. Rock Slides, kill everything. It's very, very good. Just a really good thing. You have to be careful of fighting, though, when you do bring this, lead that synergy. Or, you know, bring it to a game. Be careful of things like Conkeldurr, they're just going to destroy you. Speaking of how a Conkeldurr just destroys stuff, we have Togekiss as another synergetic Pokemon, and Togekiss kind of just destroys those Pokemon, destroys those fighters. It's also just like good for deterring that max Quake and just ground type moves going into either of these Pokemon in general, more so the Excadrill. This could be a really strong, you know, triad core with like the fighting, dark, ground, steel, Togekiss, fire for fairy and flying. It's just a very good triad core. You add this to like a water grass fire core, and you have like a really solid team going into the new meta. So that's really cool. So I think both of those are really great Pokemon to have as synergies. Anyway, next we have our speed tiers. Let's go ahead and move on. So Urshifu at 163, like I said, is very solid. It hits a very good speed tier, outspeeding a lot of really good Pokemon. Good mid to higher mid speed tier Pokemon, things like Mimikyu, Excadrill, Form Change Rotom, Duraludon, Gyarados. The list goes on. Arcanine, Indeedee, Male. All of these really good fast Pokemon, commonly fast Pokemon. We outspeed with Urshifu, which is really good. You know, hitting like close combat on the Tyranitar, hitting close combat on Excadrill, Dark Pulse on, or not Dark Pulse, the Wicked Blow move, hitting through any kind of stat boost or anything. It's very, very good. Urshifu's speed tier is very solid. There are some Pokemon that outspeed us, mainly these 5, and like Dragapult and then weather boosted stuff, and Unburdened and stuff like that. But things that do outspeed us is Charizard, Durant, Whimsicott, Cinderace, and Teleon. A lot of really good Pokemon. They're all going to be outspeeding us. Nothing really hits insanely good against us, except like maybe Whimsicott and like max Airstream from Cinderace. you know, but Inteleon we don't have to worry about too much. Durant's not too scary. Charizard's not too scary. Like, none of them are too scary. I mean, obviously they do a lot of damage in their own right. Like, Durant has Hustle, Charizard has Solar Power, but yeah, you know, nothing's hitting for too much super effective except the Whimsicott and Cinderace. And then we have Dragapult as well that outspeeds us. And then, you know, like I was saying, all of the Scarf Pokemon, all those Chlorophyll Pokemon, Sandrush, all those kind of things will be also additionally outspeeding us. Anyway, that's it for our speed tiers. We hit very solid speed tiers, which is good. Into some Dynamax Calcs damage Calcs. So first off, we have Life Orb, Urshifu, Wicked Blow into a Dragapult. Now this is Wicked Blow, so it's always hitting a critical hit. It's physical. So critical hit into a Dynamaxed. Boy, this is supposed to be Dynamaxed. Whoops, always miss something. So Dynamaxed Dragapult hitting 81 to 97.5, so close to taking that Oko, very close. With Life Orb, if we Dynamax, then we probably are, right? Is that the correct calc? I need to always forget something. Dragapult, Dynamaxed, max, not a crit. We are hitting 88 to 104 into a with Max Darkness, which is a 31.3% chance to Oko. That's not great, but you know, it's a chance at least, and then it won't return hit KO you either, which is really good. So normal in the Wicked Blow into a normal non-Dynamaxed Dragapult hits 163 to 195, which is a guaranteed Oko, which is very good. Next we have Togekiss Dazzling Gleam at 4 special attack into our Dynamaxed Urshifu. It hits 55 to 62, but if we are normal, if we're not Dynamax, then is hitting 110 to 132, which is a guaranteed Oko. Even from a not invested Togekiss, it's able to guaranteed Oko our non-Dynamax form, which is really unfortunate. Just goes to show how weak we are to Fairy, and also to special defense. So, you know, special attacking Fairy at Dazzling Gleam from every Pokemon is very scary for this Pokemon. Anyway, next we have Urshifu Wicked Blow into an Indeedee female on critical hit, hitting 123 into 146. This is a very bulky one, by the way, 252 HP, 250 defense. Very bulky. Indeedee, we're still capable of taking an Oko, which is great, guaranteed Oko. Next we have Attack Life Orb Urshifu Wicked Blow into a Alolan Marowak, hitting a critical hit, hitting 118 to 140%, guaranteed Oko, which is very good as well. Next we have Intimidated Close Combat from Urshifu into an Incineroar, hitting 75 to 91. This is one really good synergy for Incineroar, not synergy. One really good thing for Incineroar, being able to take that guaranteed knockout, just throw it out the window, just guarantee that you're living even with Life Orb. Very good stuff. Next we have Urshifu Close Combat into a very defensive Porygon 2. This is actually supposed to be a Porygon 2. That is the correct calc. I don't know why it's marked as Porygon. Hitting 108 to 128. Let me double check, because maybe I did put it in the wrong set. Oh, I definitely put it in the wrong set. We actually hit a 36 to 43% guaranteed 3-hit KO. Very sorry for that. That is way off. Or is that Dynamax 2? That's Dynamax 2. So we're actually hitting 73 to 86.9% guaranteed 2-hit KO, which is very good with Close Combat in Life Orb. So you can hit that, and then Dark Pulse. Maxing, unfortunately, won't make it higher. So yeah, we hit a guaranteed 2-hit KO, not a 3-hit KO. Or a 1-hit KO. So make sure to, you know, take a mental note of that. If you skip through it, then sorry, you missed that. I'll have it in the comments or description. Anyway, that's going to be it for our damage calcs. Let's go ahead and talk about some single spotlight real quick before I go. So first off, it is very similar to our build for you know, the Water Boy. It's also very similar to our build for VGC, just changing up a couple of things. No Detect, you don't need it. We have Choice Scarf here for Urshifu and Steam Fist, of course. Even though, honestly, we would change it in VGC or in singles if we could, but we can't. So, Choice Scarf, U-turn, Sucker Punch, Close Combat, Wicked Blow. You can change some of this out for spread moves if you want, but I think Sucker Punch and U-turn have a very big place on this Pokemon when in singles. And then our spread is the same, 252, 250, 24, and then just Jolly Nature, just being it as fast as possible. I know I heard my voice just there too. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like Urshifu, if you like 9th Gym, if you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, and comment. Even if you comment just, hey, nice vid. It would mean so much to me. It would make my day much better. Anyway, so Urshifu I think is really good in VGC and singles. I think the Pokemon's just going to make a big splash in Pokemon in VGC 2020. In general, I think its ability is insane. I think its max attack is insane. It has good coverage. It has 1/4 times weakness, which is really unfortunate. But other than that, the Pokemon is a monster, an absolute monster. So it's got to have something, right? Anyway, that's going to be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you had a great time, like, subscribe, comment, join my Twitter, join my Discord, follow me on Twitter. Do all of those things. Have a great next 2 months, and goodbye.